Hello, children. I, in Wednesday's words, used quotes from children with whom I used to work. And over the years, I haven't even attempted to count how many children I have worked with. They've been all shapes, sizes, some with very bright academic futures, some who were really struggling academically but had other strengths that so made up for that. But sadly, they're not always recognised. But I was thinking that of all the children I've known, there's only one that I really didn't like. And this young man was in one of my secondary schools. And I was just starting to work in this school as a special needs teacher. And when I first arrived there was a message that the head teacher wanted to see me. So off I went. And he said, right, this young man has one aim in life, and that aim is to be expelled. Our aim is to keep him in school. So no matter what he says or does, please don't respond. He said it'll go against every grain of your teaching, your professionalism, as well as your personal outlook on life. Okay, he said, he's waiting for you in the hall. So off I went, and I introduced myself to this young man. I said, oh, hello, it's nice to meet you. I'm Mrs. Chadwick, and I'm here to help you. Well, you can go fuck yourself, he said. Okay, so that's the level we start at, is it? And he then stepped into my space, as they say. He came much closer than was comfortable. And I then realised that he not only had halitosis, but he also had dreadful body odour. Boy, was I glad that I had put perfume on that morning. But you can imagine how working with him was and encouraging him to have a go at things. No, you do it. That's what you're here for. I said, no, I'm here to help you, not to do it. Well, I'm not doing it. And I have to say, I was really glad when those lessons with him were over. It was about the only time that I ever felt like that. Yeah, there were some who stretched me, but that's the way it goes. And some who, obviously, I meant nothing to them. I'd worked with one young man in primary school for about 3 years on a one-to-one basis once a week. And he transferred to secondary. And 2 years into his secondary education, I was asked if I would reassess him. So I met him and I said, hello, it's nice to see you again. Oh, do I know you? I said, well, actually, I worked with you in your primary school. And I always used to comment on your knees because you'd always been playing football just before I saw you. And yeah, I remember you very well. He said, well, I don't remember you. I said, that's no matter. We can start afresh. So we started on telling him, I started on telling him what we were going to do about this assessment. And he suddenly looked up at me and he said, got it, got you. And I thought, oh, bless, he has remembered me. White MR2. Thanks. My car was remembered. I wasn't. Do you know, I'll accept that. Honour's even there, I think. And then, I hope you're not eating, because there was one young man who had a dreadful habit. And that habit was to insert his finger up his rear end and suck it. At which point I would give him a pencil to hold. So he would use the other hand. So I'd give him another pencil to hold, and then he'd look at me and say, "But we're reading." I said, "Well, yes, it's just good exercise for you to hold the pencils whilst you're reading." And then we went on to do some writing. And then at the end of the lesson, I said, "Well, you've worked so hard that I think you can keep both of those pencils." It cost me a fortune in pencils working with this young man, but there's no way with those pencils going back in my pencil case. And I couldn't challenge him because he was having medical treatment for an ongoing problem. So it was something that I had to grin and bear it and then go deep inhale of my perfume once again. I feel I should have put in a claim for perfume to the local authority. On that note, and having lowered the tone, I do apologise. But most children don't have such habits. They may have some endearing ones, in fact. So look for those endearing ones, and look for those endearing habits in you as well. And don't forget your inner child. So take care, and thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye for now.